Naked Shamanism. Welcome to With Insights Radio. I'm your host, Iggy Garcia. I will take you on a journey across the universe through shamanism, metaphysical, and holistic. So sit back and relax and enjoy the show.
Anyhow, just wanted to say hello. Iggy Garcia here. Hope you guys are take a little moment out of your time in your busy schedules. Since we're all so busy right now, I have a special guest today. It's Yoda. He's going to be with me. He's going to be hanging out with me for a little bit, giving some Yoda-isms. So hopefully that'll help. Yes, take two. I don't know what happened. That's kind of crazy. That's never happened before. But right now, a lot of things haven't happened before, right? So we're coming upon Age of Aquarius, I guess, if you want to call it. So let me gather myself here real quick. I'm Iggy Garcia, and I want to join you here for the next 60 minutes or so. Just hang out with me, talk a little bit. So I'm going to light a candle, like we always do for our show. I have the incense burning here. I have Palo Santo and some frankincense and myrrh mixed in there together with it. So it's pretty nice, pretty good to have. Then we light our candle, and the candle is a remembrance candle, giving thanks to our ancestors for their guidance today, and for us to be focused in this kind of an interesting time, challenging time, a time where we're not sure about a lot of things. We have ideas and we have speculations and things like that, but I light this candle giving thanks to mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, and all those who came before me, those who, you know, laid the path before myself, and who laid the path for you as well. We have family members who, you know, took a lot of people to get us here. That's kind of one of my favorite things to remind people is we're not here by accident. We're not here by chance. We're not here by any circumstances by any means. We know there's a plan, there's a high divine purpose for your existence and why you're here. Believe it or not, if you don't believe that, that's fine. It's where I reside. It's where I believe that our existence is not just evolutionary thing. Evolution does play a part in some of the things in how we get here, but we are more than just our bodies, our physical bodies, as you may know, most of you. So this candle I light for us, for our ancestors, and I give thanks to all the people in the world who are right now unified and connected in ways that they probably never thought they were going to connect or meet each other, and be able to just feel that vibrational energy, that shift that's happening right now. That shift is really powerful. The veil the veil's ripped. I don't know about you guys. The veil is no longer thin. So I think we're beyond the veil being thin. I think the veil has actually fallen. Now we see before us what is in front of us and what we want to do and where we want to go with that. The question is, are we ready? Do we want to do that? Is that the direction we want to go? Excuse me. Because regardless if we want to go or not, people will lead us on that path. So you got to ask yourself, if people are going to lead us on that path, are you going to be one of those leaders that lead up people on the path? Or are you going to be one of those folks who just kind of go along for the ride? Have you gone along for the ride from the beginning? I mean, is that where you're going to keep going? Is that how you're going to keep moving? Nothing wrong with that. The question I'm asking, the question I want you to really think about is, whatever was before can't be anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? It's impossible to take that rubber band and stretch it and then expect it to be the same rubber band. It's a rubber band, but it has stretched beyond its capacity to hold whatever. You might have to fold it and double it up. You're not none of us anymore. Not you, not anybody that you know. No one in your sphere, no one on this planet is the same. We're not. We can't be. We can't be, you know, and I love this stuff. We just can't be anymore. It's impossible. You cannot be who you were starting March 6th, whenever they announced that we had an issue and a problem. You are now moving into the opening and the unfolding of this veil that is no longer there. It has fallen. It is gone. It is like You see the naked people behind it. You see the exposure. You see all the things that need to be seen. It's there. It's right in front of us. And you're going, and most of us, some of us are going like this. Well, I don't see anything. My life's still the same. No, it's not. Okay. I'm sorry to break the news to you, but your life's not the same. Okay. Because the people around you are not the same. So your life is not the same. Just in that little shift right there, that little shift where other people are affected, if you think your life's the same, you're just kidding yourself, man. Because you are no longer you. You are a version of you. Whoever you were yesterday is no more. That's done. That's over with. For me, it's the same. And it's done and it's over with. I live in completely different circumstances now. My life is completely flipped upside down, just like everybody's. Now the question is, how do we navigate? How do we move through all this stuff? How do we go from A to B? What happens in the middle? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Because that's what we don't know. That's the part that we are not sure about. That's the part is we don't know what happens tomorrow. I know a lot of us are concerned about it. I'm concerned about it. You know, you're concerned about it. Some of you are not concerned about it. Some of you are very happy with the downfall of everything. And I don't have any problem with the falling and the destruction of the financial system. That's going to happen in these kind of situations. Okay, but to expect people to not be fearful and not to be panicked and not to be feeling what they feel, yeah, explain that to me. You explain to me how people should not be fearful and how people should not panic or how they should just relax. It's easy to say that. Like, hey man, just relax. It's going to be okay. Dude, we just got to stay home. I get that. But people have the right to feel what they're feeling. They have the right to feel what's in their heart, what's in their spirit and their soul. And what I'm really tired of is people who tell people that they should just chill out, shut up, stop being psycho. Listen, everybody handles and deals the whole situation differently. I do, you do, we all do. Be empathetic. Be unconditional. Hold space, you know. Be understanding that people aren't like you. People don't have the same emotions. Okay, fine. You think that a lot of people are, you know, out of line or whatever. You have your opinion. That's just your opinion. That's just your belief. And that's fine. You're allowed to that. It would be wrong of me to say, hey, you know what? You're stupid for doing this or doing that. You're stupid for running to the store. You're going to contaminate everybody. Listen, if we were going to contaminate everybody, then there should be nobody in the freaking stores selling anything. Okay? There should be nobody except maybe the hospitals and maybe the National Guard. Close down the gas stations. Close down everything. But you know what? I posted earlier about how people who work in the stores, gas stations, and in these jobs that we consider menial jobs, you know, jobs that, you know, a lot of people wouldn't take because it doesn't pay enough. Okay? These people are on the front lines, man. Okay? They're just like doctors and nurses, except they're doing a job completely different. Nothing against doctors and nurses. You know, you went to school, you became a nurse, you became a doctor, you studied. That was your projection, that was your forecast, and this is kind of the things that could happen. But most people don't go, okay, and say, well, hey, I'm going to be a gas station attendant, or I'm going to be, you know, a grocery clerk, you know, or I'm going to be the guy who picks up your trash. You know, circumstances happen to people. Things happen to people. People get into situations. Sometimes maybe somebody doesn't want to walk that path. But in all, I honor everybody who's out there giving and supporting and honoring and loving and wiping down the freaking carts with little sanitation wipes. I saw that today. I saw an elderly woman, okay, cleaning with Sanitipe wipes. You know, those little wipes, all the shopping carts, every single one she had to do so we could be safe. So when we put our hands on it, after we bring our dirty hands from outside, because we touch everything, our face, our butt, our armpits, our car steering wheels, you know, the door we open, the cat we pet, the dog we pet, the last person, you know, touched something else. You know, we're doing our best as humans to do what we need to do in this crisis. Okay? And there's been people who posted conspiracy theories. I've even posted things because it makes you want to ask questions. You really want to know. I don't have all the answers. As connected to spirit as I am, And everybody is, because we're all connected to spirit, every single one of us, okay? We still have the right to know things. We have the right to ask questions. We have the right to say, hey, we're not trying to instill fear. I'm not trying to instill fear, personally, in my view of things. But what I want to do is make sure that I'm gathering enough information on what's happening. I believe that there's something very serious out there, or we wouldn't be going through this. Would our government really go through all this drama and all this stuff so they could just take over the world? Some people believe that. And you know what? I respect that. I honor that. That's where you're at. That's the energy that you need, and that's what you have to feel. They make it a fair playing field. Also, I posted today was, excuse me, I also posted, people, are in financial hardship right now. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. The average American, documented and citizen, work paycheck to paycheck. And when your paycheck's not there, your landlord's still calling you. Hey, you got the rent, the lights on. I know they're not supposed to turn anything off or whatever, but eventually that note comes due. And we still don't know a lot of things. We don't know the uncertainty. We don't know how we're going to collect this unemployment. We don't know how we're going to collect this disaster relief fund. We don't know anything. We want to believe that we do know things, and it's a learning curve, because I'm also learning too. I'm in this place right now where there's a lot of things going through my head, because that's just how I am. I'm a thinker. I like to think about things and how we can create solutions and how we can do better. And right now the only thing I know is I have to stay positive. I have to stay in a good frame of mind, and just when something pops up, ask questions. A good sage of mine, teacher of mine, taught me, all truths are half truths. So when you hear something, part of it's true and part of it's not. Part of it, so you don't, let's say they don't, of course they're not going to say, hey, this is a pandemic, but they did do that. And then they tell you, well, don't worry about it because we have to use that word. Okay, we're here. And yeah, people are dying. Humans are restless creatures. We're restless creatures. A lot of people want to go out. A lot of people want to do things. People don't want to be locked in their house. Some people are very compliant, and they understand. And when I say compliant, I don't mean that in a rude way. I mean that in a way where you understand what you have to do in order to survive, in order to keep your family safe. And that's great. Now, there's another group of people who'd like to go out and do things. I'm not going to badger them, because maybe their destiny is to go out there and maybe contract the disease, and unfortunately, they may perish. I don't know. I don't have those answers. But I do know one thing is we're doing the best we can in the situation that's been placed before us by Mother Nature, by our government, okay, by just everything that's happened. The blame game will come later. There will be, I'm sure, inquiries in courts and stuff. There'll be all kinds of things happening. Right now, it's really a test of how we can honor us personally, with the people around us, or people, who, I walked out the door and I could hear people yelling, outside their homes. I can hear them screaming at each other. And then I can see people riding their bikes and having fun, So it's really tense right now for a lot of people. I've had my tense moments, and I've had my frustrations, and I've gone in the basement in my office here and just hung out. It's just a weird time. And I know for all of you, you all have different things that you're doing. Some of you have, don't have jobs now. And some of you are nurses and doctors. Some of you are the grocery clerks. Some of you are the trash people. Some of you are the gas station attendant. All the jobs that are still open where people are coming through, those people have a very high chance of contracting something. I talked to the guy at the store today, and I said, so why are you here? And he goes, I would rather be here than at home, than hearing everybody complaining and blah, blah, blah. He says, I work 15 hours a day, but I'm enjoying it. And I said, are you afraid of contracting? He goes, yeah, it's every day we talk about that because it's a possibility. It's a possibility. But you know what? He's out there. We don't really think about that. We don't think about the manager and the grocery clerk is as a hero per se, or someone who's dedicated themselves to come to work and, make sure that the shelves are stocked so we can have food if we need it. God forbid, that it gets any worse than it is. I have, excuse me, I have compassion, understanding for what's going on out there. And it's not easy. And I know it's not easy for you. Some of you are having a really hard time. I've spoken to some of you, and some of you are doing great, man, because this is just an ideal situation for you and kind of the ideal thing that you wanted. And so I hear it all, just being in the line of work that I do, you hear it all. You hear the whole gamut. In some moments I'm over here, and some moments I'm over here, That's because we're all human beings. I'm a human being. I'm a person. But I try to do things that will help people. Excuse me, I just had dinner here earlier. I try to help out in any way I can, to do my drum workout thing so people can exercise and do stuff. Come on these shows so you can have a place to hear, a place to vent. If you guys want to talk, I can swipe right and put you on the air, and we can talk and we can share. If anybody wants to know, just say, hey, I want to talk. I want to get on the air and talk with you. I want to share my thoughts about it. Let me know, and I will be glad to put you on, because this is a pivotal moment in our human existence. Believe it or not, this is a moment where we decide things for ourselves and for others. Where we decide, what's going to happen next. What's the next version of ourselves? What's going to happen? There's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on right now that we, number one, can't explain. Number two, we're going to address differently when we see other people. There's just a lot happening. And I tell you, it's been interesting to watch. And I sometimes catch myself get caught up in that wheel, of misunderstanding and misinformation, and then maybe posting something that I shouldn't have posted. I get slack. I get people beat me up too. But you know what? I don't care, man. It's more about how you feel about what you're thinking about. Okay? It's what your perceptions and what your values is placed upon, and how you project that upon other people. Okay? So when someone's mad at me because I post something, it's more about them. Okay? It's more about them, what they believe, and where they resonate, and where their energy is. Because they don't know me as much as I don't know you, as much as I don't know them. Okay, so to think that you know me, you think that I'm causing problems, you think that I'm doing something. No, it's not what it is. I am a very inquisitive person. I like to ask a lot of questions. Most of you know that, and even in the holistic work that I do, I ask a lot of questions about the holistic work that people do. I've had shows where I've challenged people about, holistic modalities and stuff, because I like to know. I'm not trying to debunk anybody, but that's just my style. That's just how I am. I'm just a pain in the ass sometimes. I'm a Sag. We're the life of the party, but we're also real serious. And we like to ask a lot of questions. We burn hot. We're muted signs. So when we're hot, we're hot. When we're cold, we come down. We're not fixed. So I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope everybody's okay. I'm not sure. I haven't really seen too many people posting what they've been doing. Let me know what you've been doing. I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious what you're doing. Let me see. I'm going to use my Psychic Billy right now. Majority of you guys are at home. Reading books, watching Netflix, taking a shower. This guy. That was an easy read. All right, but it's pretty predictable what you're going to be doing here in the next few weeks. Now what's not predictable is how you come out of this in the next few weeks. Okay, you don't even know. I don't even know how I'm going to come out of this. I don't know. I'm going to come out a little different. I already kind of feel different. I already feel like there's a lot of things shifting inside of me. There's a lot of things that just kind of like I said earlier, we're not going to be the same. We're going to come out of this very differently. We're going to be very, at least let's put this way, I'm going to be very curious about things. I'm going to have to learn to trust a little bit about things, about my government, about people, about things. I'm a very trusting person. Most people who know me who are very close to me know that I'm very outgoing, and I'm very trusting. Like, some people are like, man, you're just too trusting, Iggy, you know? And that's kind of how I am. I'm just that way. That's just always been me. You know, maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing, but I like to believe in humanity. I like to believe that somebody can do right. I like to believe that that person across from me is genuine. It can be genuine. And I want to be genuine. And I know sometimes I come from ego because I'm a human being. It's normal to come from ego. It's normal to be human and feel your emotions and things, and be angry and be combative and protective, and, you know, do the things we do. And I miss all you guys. I mean, it's not that I'm not talking or selecting any particular names to pop up and things. I'm just talking to everybody in general. You know, I miss you guys. I miss your faces. I miss our interactions, our drumming. This is nice, but it's not. This gives you the reality that what it means to be connected and to be involved and to be, and what touch means. Okay? If you don't know what it means to be felt or touched or to embrace another human being, right now is probably one of those moments where that is really pivotal. You know, I don't know when's the last time I hugged anybody. It's been kind of a long time, so it's interesting because I'm a hugger. You know, so it's like, okay, wow, now, you know, the way I do things is a little different. So yeah, and I miss the drummings too. You know, I mean, the live drummings. There's something about in it. You appreciate the things you don't have when you don't have them. You know, when they're not there present for you, when you're not connected with them. I'm not saying you have to go to all the drummings, but when you miss them, you miss them. And it's the same with people too. You miss them. You miss them dearly. I miss a whole bunch of you guys, you know, to be able to look at your faces smiling and, you know, and talking and sharing. I miss the sharing part too, you know, how we sit around the circle and we share and you know, set our affirmations and set our intentions. Those were the cool things that I'm kind of missing right now. The human connection, the human aspect. You know, as much as I love the internet and stuff, you know, it still lacks that human quality, that human touch. You know, huggers not okay, and feet rubbers are not okay either. You know, people who like to rub people's feet. You know, so like my friend Cindy, she doesn't like her feet rubbed. I had to get that in there, Cindy. I'm sorry, but that was just, I had to do it. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But anyhow, it's just, you know, we gotta laugh sometimes. We gotta joke, and you know, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, this is insane. But it's been cool too. It's kind of interesting. I'm not really getting things done as much as I thought I was going to get done. Is anybody else doing that? I feel I don't feel stifled or anything. I just feel like, okay, I got tomorrow. I'm just kind of putting stuff off a little bit here, and I'm going, okay, I got a whole bunch of stuff I need to do get ready for spring, and you know, not getting done. And I don't know how you guys are feeling about that. Some of you are getting a lot of stuff done, because I've seen a lot of posts. People say, I cleaned the house, I cleaned the garage, I did this. Man, the only thing I've been doing is cooking most of the time, because I like to eat. And if I'm going to make food. If you want to eat it, fine. But I'm not waiting for anybody to cook anything for me, because you know what? I don't like their cooking, okay? And so I'm going to eat it. All right? So that's the thing. I'm going to do what I do best. I drum, I dance, I sing, I cook, you know, and just a whole bunch of other things. Let's see. Hey, friend. Hey, we appreciate the extra time you take. Oh, yeah, cool. No problem, Steven. I really appreciate. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate that. That's awesome. And Cindy, I saw your comment too about us huggers suffering a little bit. But let me know, guys, what you're doing. I want to see what's happening. I want to connect with you guys a little bit here while I'm on the air with you. I want to see tell me what you're doing. I'm kind of curious. I want to know how you preoccupy your time if you're not working right now, if you're laid off, for now, or what are you doing? I mean, what are you doing with your time, Because we have a lot of time on our hands, Let me see. I'm completely exhausted after work every day, unfortunately, so I don't... Okay, so I can see that. But, yeah, I appreciate you taking time to hang in here and be on the show with me and give you your thoughts. I'm just curious what everybody's doing, just curious how you're spending your time. Some of you are working, some of you aren't. I'm kind of quasi-work, basically, when I get a sporadic thing, but the laying on hand stuff right now has kind of gone a little dry because everybody's kind of, freaked out. And you're figuring out your phone. Well, of course, Todd, you're still trying to figure out your phone. I've known you for how many years, and you still can't figure that phone out. But I love you either way. Here's Yoda. He'll tell you how to do it. Push the red button. Push the red button. Push the red button. Push the red button, Todd. Anyhow. Push the red button, he says. And let's see, Sammy, you started automatic writing works with a young man is awakening. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. I like that. Pretty nice. So everybody's doing all kinds of cool things. All right. Everybody, I want to see what else everybody's doing. What kind of cool things you're doing. Post on here. That way we can all see. All right. Waiting. No, I'm just joking. But what am I doing? Okay, well, actually, of course, I'm doing a show, and I'm doing my drum exercise classes, and let's see, I'm trying to stay fit. I'm still doing my fit class here. See, I'm about to close the ring for the day, maybe. You can see. Just trying to stay positive, just trying to stay, in a good frame of mind. I actually got hold of my a few of my siblings. They said they're okay. I got a hold of my uncle in Peru. Let's see, reading, praying, looking for helpers, staying positive. Let me go back here real quick and let's see. Melissa said, every day is different. My favorite has been walking with the dogs in the morning before the kids get up. Okay, that's cool. I think I missed Cindy's. Cindy, getting the hip camp plans together. I wonder, what is that? Okay, you'll have to tell me off the air. Let's see. Rochelle Phillips, readings, praying, looking for the helpers. Okay, well, that's cool. Yeah, and I appreciate you reaching out to me, too, because that was important. Because the people who are healers, too, they all need help. I get that. See, Marilyn says, cooking and eating a lot, but healthy most part. I've actually not gained weight. I've actually stayed, in a good weight since I've been cooking for myself and cooking for everybody who's here. And it's kind of interesting. You think you would actually gain weight, but you don't gain weight because I'm not out eating fast food. I'm not eating all this stuff I shouldn't be eating. I'm actually eating healthier, I guess. So this has actually been kind of a positive thing in some way. The positive thing is that you're eating better, you're watching, you're sleeping, you're getting rest. That's one of the biggest things. It's crazy. On the weekends, I like sleep in, and then on the weekdays, I'm getting up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, which is crazy because I have nowhere to be and nowhere to go, which is kind of crazy. Let's see. Steven did a drum exercise. I missed a drum with you the other day. Oh yeah. How was that? Did you enjoy that, Steve? That's pretty cool. I'm glad. If you guys have done the drum exercise with me, let me know. I want to kind of know how that was going and how that worked out, because I think that's kind of cool that you were able to be part of that. It's just one of those things that just kind of, I've been wanting to do that for a while, and I just hadn't. It's kind of one of those things that never happened, never developed. There's so many things that you do, and then all of a sudden I have time on my hands to try that and kind of tailor it and work it into the way it needs to be worked. And so I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, pretty cool. You guys got some cool things coming up. Anybody have any predictions when this thing's going to end? When you think this is going to be like, well, I don't know. They make it sound like we haven't hit the peak yet, the pinnacle of it yet. So I don't know. Let's see. Cleaning a lot, clearing the junk. Okay, yeah. So you're doing a lot. What a lot of people are doing. Yes, my girls. Okay. All right, cool. I want to know if there's any predictions out there. If anybody knows when they feel like this is going to be, when we're going to have the clear to be able to, engage one another out in the real world and leave our homes. Let me see. I'll wait for you guys to post something there. I'm just curious because I've heard a lot of different things. I've heard 18 months, which I don't like that one. I've heard 3 months. I've heard April 6th. I've heard is a number, and that's a number that people have thrown around. I heard later this summer. I've heard a little bit of everything. Regardless of what's happening, we're here, right? So we're here for at least another month. I'm guessing we have another month to put under our belt and scratch that notch on the wall, whatever you're doing. I wonder if anybody's keeping a journal. You got May 4th. Okay. That's cool. That sounds about right too. I'm thinking that, around April, maybe April 6th. That's my guess, but I think that's too soon. I think I'm not really reaching too far. My assessment is that we're going to be going into at least June. My true assessment, I believe in the reads that I've been doing and the focal points that I've been doing, is sometime in June that we're going to get the all clear to do what we need to do. But I did have a meditation today. I did go into meditation earlier today, and when I came out of the meditation, the thing that came in my head was the answers are in the garden. That's what I heard. It just kept saying that. The answers are in the garden. The answers are in the garden. And that just kept repeating. So most of you don't know. Todd does know, because my friend Todd here, that I studied permaculture with the Nemenhall, with the Cloud Piler. Permaculture is a design where you design your areas in your home, outside your areas, to grow. Over the course of 2 years, naturally regrowth and come back and do its thing. So one of their statements is all the world's problems can be found in the garden, and that's Bill Mollison's quote. He says that. So, and that's kind of a true statement, because when you think about it, the virus comes from Mother Nature. All the answers come from Mother Nature. So eventually we will find our way. What's been the hardest thing for you guys to navigate while you have so much downtime or working? What are you finding that is really either been hard to do? Because for me, this is kind of like going back to Peru a little bit. In Peru, I'm not saying that in Peru they don't work or anything. What I'm saying in Peru is kind of like, a little more downtime. Okay. See, Marilyn, you said October, 6 months. I did a show 3 shows back. I called it The Quarantine. If you guys go back and listen to it, I did a prediction there, but it was more like for fun. The prediction was October 20th, 2020. It didn't get better, it just got freaking worse. It got crazy. It just went into all kinds of chaos. But it was fiction. It was a fictional thing. It's kind of like the War of the Worlds kind of thing. I did something like that by myself because I just felt called to do it. But right now, I don't want to go to October 20th. But hey, let's see. So Sammy says he's feeling all the emotions that aren't mine. That's a great, excellent point, Sammy. And I'm glad you brought that up because that is a true statement, especially people who do metaphysical work, holistic work, and people who are just in tuned, people who are very empathic, people who just, work with other people. That, I can feel that too. And I think that's probably why I go to bed early sometimes, because people just come home drained or they're just done. But Sam, that's a good point. Thanks for feeling that. I can feel the world. I can hear it. Today, this morning, I told my son, hey, come outside real quick. And he's like, what? What's going on? So we open the back door, we walk out, and I go, you hear that? And he goes, I don't hear anything. Because exactly, that's my point. There's no cars, there's no nothing, there's no planes flying over. All you hear is the birds. You can hear the wind blowing by your ear. And he was like, well, that's pretty cool, You start to hear things or pay attention to things that you didn't pay attention to before. And so that was a pretty cool little exercise with him that we did together. I actually took my dog to the store today. I took her to the store. She was getting mad at me because she's like, I want my food. She wasn't out of her food, but she just wanted to go for a ride. Poor little thing. She's funny, man. She's like a big Great Dane. She's just like hanging on in the car, you know. She's like chilling there with me. And she was falling asleep, poor thing. She was like, I'm like, are you okay? I thought she was going to get sick for a second. So she got her IMs. She was happy. You know, she was like excited. She got to get out of the house, get away from all the craziness here. Because it gets crazy here sometimes, man. I'll tell you, it gets really crazy. You know, there's just a lot going on. And I just try to stay in my space. They stay in their spaces. We talk when we talk. We hang out when we hang out. But it's been weird. You know, you think you'd get, you think you'd be more connected with people, but no, I kind of already knew that wasn't going to happen. But yeah, let's see. I missed a quote back here. I haven't had TV for the last 2 weeks. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I can't say that about me. I had the TV on. Just senses are heightened. Yeah, senses are really heightened. All my senses feel that way too. Just everything, to the point where just wanna. I'm like, you know, can you guys like go over there? I'm like that right now for some weird reason. Everybody's energy is kind of all over the place because they don't know what's going on, and I don't know what's going on. And the best way to stay positive and stay in a good frame of mind is just, you know, give each other space. That space is, well, that 6 foot space, or you know, whatever it is. Just give each other space. But either way. But yeah, there's a lot going on in the world, guys. There's a lot happening, and you know, if you have any questions for me, if I can answer something for you. Let's see. Steve says, thanks for doing this. Helps. Love you. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad, guys, because I think we have to share and talk. You know, naps are awesome. Yeah, naps are great. They just come out of the blue. Not because you're eating the carbs and stuff. They just come out of the blue. Let's see. I keep my vibration level high and ground unwanted energy. Yep. You know, and that's good. And I'm glad, Sam. I'm glad you're doing that. I'm glad that everybody's doing the things they do to help them stay grounded and help them be where they need to be, because we need to do that. And you know, just do your best, guys. Do your best that you can, because right now it's just it is what it is. It's what we have in front of us. This is our moment. These are the things that are presented to us, and how we respond or react is really up to us. So how are we going to move forward? What does that mean anymore, to move forward? What does it mean to go into tomorrow? Well, what it means is just enjoy today. Enjoy, like you're hanging out here with me. Just enjoy this right now. You know, and then when you're done with this, enjoy the next thing. Because you know what's going to happen. When we do go back to work, and when we do go back to our lives to some normalcy, we're all going to be going, wow, I really appreciated that time off, even though I may have lost pay, money, whatever. But there was a lot going on, you know. And I don't know if anybody agrees with that statement, that what I'm saying, because that's what I'm thinking too. I'm going, you know, we're gonna go back and go, that was we really needed that. We really needed that time out. You know, I posted something that Mother Earth gave us all a time out, put us in our rooms. It's no joke, man. That's not my original quote, but that's somebody's. I saw that in a meme and I grabbed it and posted it. And you know, that made a lot of sense to me. It made me laugh. She's going to put us in our room. You know, she don't pick favorites. She's going to put us all in our room. And I really think that's going to be the biggest lesson, is what we did during the interim of being on our downtime. This is a spiritual break. This is a moment for us to gather our thoughts, gather our feelings, gather our emotions. And it's not as painful as we think it is. I think what's painful is sometimes for people is the unknowing of what's going to be next. But this is a time for us to reflect. This is a time for prayer. This is a time to, yeah, exactly, Marilyn, to be in timeout. You know, this is a time for us to see ourselves in a much different light. This is a time to reconnect with our spirituality. This is a time to reconnect with God. You know, whatever you want to reconnect with, this is a time for us to get back into that mode of oneness, in connection with everything. You know, most of you know that I always say it's good to be here. That's one of my mantras. It's good to be here, because I believe that. And while we're here, let's enjoy that, you know. And we're all one. All my relations means that we're all connected. And this is more evident now than it has ever been. All my relations right now is very factually true, because we are all connected and we're all put into a situation where we all have to work together. You know, it's a place where we have to come and understand. And yes, Sammy, it is like a detox. It is. You know, you guys know what's going on, especially the folks in the metaphysical community. You know what's happening. Just let us be gentle and kind and teach others who don't understand what's happening, and come from a place of heart, love, and understanding, because it's easy for us, because we know what's going on, to come across very arrogant sometimes, come across very, pungent, that we just feel it differently. You feel it, you just don't know how to express it. And then when you know how to express it and someone guides you and teaches you how to express it, then you understand. Our job is to help people find their way as we find our way during this process. Because we're also finding our way as we go through these detox, this timeout, this being put in our timeout in our room, by Mother Nature. This is also time for everybody, not just the healers, because we're all healer. All healing is self-healing. We all have to find ways to heal ourselves. Because the person who probably needed a vacation got a vacation, maybe, finally. Maybe it's not the most ideal vacation, but it's a vacation nonetheless, right? And how we gather and how we move through it, will dictate, how you come out of this. Because we will come out of this. And how we come out of this is going to be just as important as what we're doing in the situation. In the situation, it's about us, right? In the moment, it's about who we are and how we are navigating. What happens next? Well, we're going to have to connect with other people. We're going to have to reconnect. We're going to have to go in there, but we're going to learn. But we have learned how to connect with ourselves again. We have learned to go back into that space, which is the I am part of us. Us. I am Iggy. I am a human. I am love. I am understanding. I am compassionate. I am all that is. I am you. You are me. But here's the trick now. When we have to leave the I am and present ourselves into the world, and to meet Sammy, to meet Marilyn, meet Cindy, meet everybody, we have to learn how to navigate those waters, because everybody will come from their place of I am. So when we come from our place of I am, working through this process, each one of us is in the I am frame of mind. I am better. I am healthy. I am doing the things that I want to do. So when I go out and I see Sammy, next time I see Sammy, I'll see Sammy in different eyes. I'll see Amber with different eyes and different feeling, different heart. Because I can only do that. Because I've changed. Because you will change. You will change because you are forced to change. Spirit will force you to get into a better frame of mind. You will have to, because you can't be angry in this place. You can't be frustrated in this place. As much as you want to be frustrated, as much as you want to blame Donald Trump, as much as you want to blame the Asians for releasing this virus or whatever happened, you can't. You can't, because you can't reside in that energy anymore. The only thing you can do is know, how do we move forward now? How do we get into the better space and place? How do we get into this better vibration about who we are as human beings? What do we do now? How do we share this love connection that we've created and reconnected with in ourselves? Because you will get to know yourself a little better. Some of you will probably want to stay isolated. And some of you will like to be the monk and the hermit for some time, even after this is complete, which there's nothing wrong with that. But some of you know that you'll have to go out and do your mission work and share and spread the love and share the peace and share the stories of what you've went through and what you felt. Because there's going to be a lot of people out there who psychologically this is affecting them. This is affecting them. Just because we say here, oh, well, I'm loving it, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. Not everybody feels the same way. Not everybody's in the same alignment. There are people who are very scared. You know some of these people. You may be one of those folks who are very scared. Scared of the unknown. But this is a time to reconnect with you. This is a time to reconnect with your spirit. Your belief system. To redefine it. And to open yourself to yourself. And try to figure out how you fit in all this and what your job is. I'm choked on the water. So you know, as our mantra is healing the individuals, you know, healing the families, healing the community, healing the society, and healing the planet, because that's all we have left to do, and we can't do anything else. And the individual is us. We're healing us. And as we're healing ourselves and the things that we believe and the things that are in our heads, the things that we project outwardly to other people, and the things that other people project onto us, and then we're trying to navigate that through the process and the systems that we have created inside of our heads. You know, we're working on the individual aspects of ourselves. And then we heal the families. The families, it could be our children, it could be our friends, it could be anybody. You know, then we move into the scope of, you know, communities. All these communities bring different aspects and different belief systems and stuff. And then as they heal and as they merge and as they, you know, work together, they start to do their thing. And then we heal society. And society, you know, starts to branch out and do better for each other. Because that's the hope that we want. That's what we want. We want society to be better. We don't want society controlling people. We don't want society saying you have to do this and be this way. No, we want to honor and respect each other for what we're doing. And if society comes together, they understand that we have to work together. Kind of like we're doing now. We have to work together, right? It's not the most ideal situation. Then we heal the planet, which is Mother Earth, which is us. We're on it. We heal the planet. So it cycles back to the individual again. So that just goes round and round. It's just a cycle. And it may just jump to different parts. But when we heal the Earth Mother Earth, the planet, whatever you want to call it, when we heal that, because she knows how to doctor herself. She knows how to inoculate herself and create what she needs to create for cleansing and clearing. The only part is that we might be in the way of that cleansing and that clearing. And that is okay. That is normal. That is part of how the existence of this planet is. One group goes, one group comes, the next one in, the next one out. I told you, Mother Earth doesn't pick favorites. You're not her favorite. The virus isn't her favorite. She just holds space for everything. The universe does not like a void. So I'm really curious about all this space and all this separation. You know, what's in the middle now? If you guys have some ideas, I have some ideas, but I'm curious to see what you think about what I just said. Because the universe doesn't like a void. So now we're avoiding contact, or the void is the space. So some of you probably have read down in Venice and stuff, they have the waters are clean, and in some places in China the air is clean. Some places here in the United States the pollution has gone down. There's a whole bunch of stuff, and even the gas has gone down. I think it's $1.50 in some places. You know, so tell me what you've noticed just in your own environment. Tell me what you've noticed. What's happening? You know, I know it's here in Columbus has been a little wet and gloomy, so we haven't really had an opportunity to maybe get out as much as we want to. But tomorrow's supposed to be 60. It's supposed to be nice, so we'll see how that goes. But I know that, you know, they want us to go home. I know they want us to stay home. And I know that home is where the heart is, and I know that home is blah, blah, blah. But, you know, home is wherever you make it, too. Home is whatever you believe is to be your home. Home is not just a building, a structure, you know. Home is in the heart. Home is in the head. Home is in the whole body, you know. Home, we are home. Home is the planet. But in the text of, you know, this quarantine, this isolation, whatever you want to call it, you know, they want us to be home because they want us to, you know, do whatever we need to do to stay safe. And I get that. But here's the funny part. Even if they did this intentionally, we'll just fictitiously say, it was a worldwide plan, and they want us all to stay home because they want to control and they want to destroy the system. Okay, fine, they did that, okay? What they didn't account for, okay, what they didn't account for was what happened to us, okay? Well, what happened to us inside these little caterpillar, these cocoon type situations for us, because right now we're kind of in the cocoon. We're in the cocoon of our own environment. You know, I mean, we live here and we come here, but no, now we're forced here. It means we have to dig in. We really have to move and find and pry and just let go, you know? You follow what I'm saying? You really have to, like, really analyze right now a lot of things. And also you have to embrace and allow things to flow into you. Let that energy flow through the left, out to your right, come back through, and you just got to let it come through there. I don't think remember, I'm talking fictitiously here, but you know what? That's what we're doing. We're learning how to navigate our emotions. We're learning how to navigate other people's emotions. We're learning how to be patient. We're learning how to, just be silent. Someone said that earlier. I think Marilyn said that. To be in the silence, to be in the quiet, and to just be still and present. And I think that's harder sometimes for people. And we're all going to come out of this. We're all going to transform. Yes, I do believe that. We're all definitely going to come out of this much different than we were before. Even if you were the most pessimistic person or the most joyful, bouncy person, we're all going to come out this very differently. We're all going to come out this very differently. And you know what? And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay that we come out. Because you know what? When we come out, we're going to be a butterfly. And that butterfly, when they say, hey, you know what? When they say that it's time to come out, some of us will come out very gingerly, very quietly. Some of us will come out really explosive. But regardless of how we come out, we still have to spread our wings and allow the sun to shine upon us and to let that soak in. Our DNA is probably in some type of transformation right now, and we don't even know it. Spirit has a crazy way of doing it. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a story real quick, because I thought about this. My parents died, my mom 2 years ago, my dad just last year. I'm thinking, I don't know if they could have made it through this. My mom especially. And then I'm like thinking, okay, we get laid off. My business is closed, basically. But we had a house and we sold the house. And so now I have a little bit of cushion to support me. The universe has a plan, man. The universe has already seen this. I always tell people this, everything's already happened, except we're just picking different paths to walk down, and every path that could possibly happen will happen. The path of what happened to me is here, but now I'm like, okay, so now I have other choices to make as I'm moving through these paths. And so I'm thinking, how would I have survived if certain things didn't happen? I don't know, because I didn't take that path. I didn't go down that road. That's my point. I didn't go down that road. And when you take these paths, and there are multiple paths, they're not wrong. Because when you get into them, you have to adjust to them. You have to flow with them. You have to be in that gratitude of it. And it's not easy for people to do that sometimes, because everybody thinks that they think it's bad luck. I don't believe in bad luck. I say make your luck. Go out there and make your luck. That's one of my biggest statements I tell my kids when I coach sports and soccer. So the path that we are on has been presented to us. Now we have to make decisions as we walk through these paths, how we're going to navigate through them. And that's your choice. That's my choice. Now we get to make decisions for ourselves, not other people. Even if you're married or even if you have children, you still have to make the path choice for you, regardless of what happens, because you have to do it for you, because we've been martyrs for so long that we martyr all the time, that we always have to give. Okay, and I have nothing against giving. But when are you going to receive for you? When is the individual going to heal so they can help other people, so they can move and lead by example? Because if you heal and you pick for you, you teach the people also that they can heal, and then they can pick for themselves. Okay? Because right now, it's like the lotto, man. Okay? If you want to play the numbers game, it's the numbers game right now. Is your number up? My number up? You know, who's next, right? But we don't have to think like that. We don't have to honor that belief, because that's the belief that's being put upon us right now. That's the belief that is being projected onto us. Stay away, get out, go. And I'm not saying get out and stay away. I'm not saying that that's not wrong or right. That's the path they dictated for us. Now you have to dictate for you. What are you going to do now? After it, when it's over, you know, whenever they say it's over, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue life the same way you did and move in the same direction? Or are you going to move in a direction that's different? But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. It's already different. So you're already moving in that direction. So you're getting a nice crash course on getting used to something you don't like. Okay, but you're making great amount. You're doing great. I'm doing great. You know why we're doing great? Because we're making it work and we're doing the best we can. Because this road is where we all consciously decided we had to go. Every single one of us. Don't ask me how that works and how that is, because there's just some things that can't be explained. We have all made a sacred contract to go through this journey together and to walk through this event together. This is event horizon. This is something bigger than us. This is something that we cannot sometimes explain to our ego mind, because it won't understand it, because it's trying to protect us. But right now, you have a choice, I have a choice, and I'm making some choices too right now as I'm talking to you by speaking these words. Okay? Whatever comes out of our mouth is a prayer. Our prayers are being answered. So, for some reason, we've helped create this environment, okay, at some level. But within those levels of this creation, we have our own individual desires and dreams and stuff and paths that we will walk. Each one of you will walk your own path after this. All of you are walking that path right now. Each one of you are walking the sacred path that you need to walk. Okay, and that sacred path is making itself very evident, and you're not going to be able to hide from it. You're not going to be able to go, wow, I don't want to do that. No, we don't have that choice right now. We don't have that choice. The choice is that we're forced and pushed into that space to make some decisions about how we see our lives and how we want our lives to be. So, the only thing I can tell you is just do your best. Do your best, ask questions. Don't just assume that things are just the way they are because they're the way they are. There's a higher purpose for this. And the higher purpose will makes itself known individually to each person, and also to the whole collective, the whole human existence. It will make itself very known very quickly. The way we live right now is not working. We will have to go back and reflect and honor and see how we're going to do that. You know, so guys, just do your best out there. Enjoy your time in isolation, in quarantine, whatever you want to label it. Enjoy it right now, because right now, when we come out of it, you're doing work now, but you're going to continue doing the work after you're out. And you know what? You're going to look back and you're going to go, oh my God, I really enjoyed that time in isolation. You know, you will say that. And you will come back and you will say, Iggy, you remember when you said that I would enjoy that time in isolation? Some of you will say, I enjoyed it. Some of you say, Iggy, I hated it. Well, you know, of course you did. Because that's just how we are. We're humans. So do what you can. Be with who you need to be. Stay safe. Let's just honor each other's space right now, because that's what it's about, honoring each other's space and honoring our true space. Okay? I love you guys dearly. I really appreciate you spending time with me and sharing with me and sharing your thoughts with me as you post them. You guys just do and be the best version of yourself. Oho, matakuyasin, irisikwi, namaste. It's good to be here. Okay, ho'oponopono, all the mantras that you use to align yourself and be where you need to be. Just honor and love yourself. Everyone love everybody, okay? Okay, Jackie Moon, that's from Semi-Pro. That's my new line on Everyone Love Everybody. Will Ferrell's movie, check it out. So anyhow, guys, be well, and I'll keep you posted when I'm doing things. You guys are awesome. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for taking time to be here with me. Just blessings. Let's just do the best we can, you know. I'm going to post the laughing video so you guys can laugh a little bit later today or tomorrow. Drop me a line, check in on me too, because I need to be checked on too, and I'll check on you, and we'll check on each other, and we'll just see how everybody's doing. Yoda and I will hang out here, and we're just going to have a good time. Bye-bye, everybody. All right. Be good, guys. Be well. May the force be with you. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Peace and love.